Okay, so the other day I talked about the brand new Apple Vision Pro AR, VR glasses that are coming out, and I want to talk a little bit more about it, like some of the specs that I found out about it. Also, I still have some questions on how it's going to work for certain things. Okay, first of all, let me just correct myself. I said megabytes, I meant gigabytes. That is my fault. So one of the other questions I had was, how's it gonna work for anybody that's actually wearing glasses? Do you just put it over it? Is there something they can do? What is it? And to be fair, there was an answer and I missed it. It's a company called Zeiss. They'll do the actual prescription for you. It's $149 for prescription, and if it's just a reader lens you need, it's $99. Now, some of the new things I've learned on it, there's an actual M1 chip in it. This is a standalone PC, basically. It's not like an add-on or a VR headset. This is something completely different. It's a first generation thing, which you don't see from Apple a lot these days. They're not really putting out first gen anything at this point. It also does have its own Wi-Fi, and it has a secondary chip on it that actually does all the processing of the sensors and everything, so it doesn't overload the normal M1 chip that's on there. Now, if you have Apple product, you have a remote that looks very much like this, and it does have a sensor bar at the top where you move your finger and it moves across the icons. That's exactly how your eyes are going to actually work with these glasses. So if you look at whatever icon you want to look at, it's all you need to do. There's no pointing, there's no moving of anything, there's no controllers. It is just your eye movement. And then to select anything, you either double tap or you grab it and pull. That's how you do it. You just look around wherever you want to look, and then poof, done. You can open whatever app you want to open. Now, the only apps that are currently working with it are Apple apps, normal Apple apps. Now, one of the other cool things I did learn about it is it has a optical ID. So you know how your Apple products have a thumbprint ID? Well, your eye, your retina, is unique to you as well. So now, very much like spy movies, it is going to read the retina of your eye to unlock it. Remember, it's its own little device. It's its own iPhone, own Apple computer. So you'll have stuff in there that Apple's like, hey, we want you to keep it secret, so it'll only unlock to your eye. And one of the other things I did learn about it is when you're watching the advertisements for this, you can see, it almost looks like they're looking through the actual goggle themselves, but they're not. It's basically a two-way OLED monitor. So the eyes are being taken on the outside of it from sensors on the inside of it and vice versa. So you're not actually looking through to what's around you. It's a recording or a visual of whatever's being videotaped in front of you, brought through on the OLED in front of your eyes, and like I just said, vice versa to the other person looking at you. Now, like I said, this is like its own little computer, so if you have an Apple computer, you know messaging is a thing on there, and you can still do messaging, but you can actually do it two different ways. You can look at the actual typing search bar area and just verbally say whatever message you want to say, like you would do now normally with Siri or anything else. Or if you wanted to, you can actually just look at a keypad that visually shows up in front of you, and you look at the letters and just tap whenever you want to type whatever lettering it is in front of you. One of the other cool things I did find out about it is if you actually have a MacBook or an Apple laptop of some sort, if it's sitting there and it's open and on, you can just look at it with the actual vision on, and it will actually take your computer, pull it up, and your goggles basically are your monitor now, and you don't have to work on your laptop. You can just open your laptop on your face basically and have everything there. Now, therein lies the question to me of, can I open multiple screens on it like I normally would on the laptop? And then can I just open the three in front of me? Because if so, that would be huge for people who work from home and do any kind of like call center stuff or work at hospitals that go through different screens to help patients and customers. No more do you have to like flip through your actual pages on your computer screen having one monitor. You can have the three actual pages open in front of you and just look, okay, here's this, it got shipped here, what about this? And I think that would be really helpful. Now, if you are gonna use it to like work from home or sit at the house and watch movies and things like that, the battery pack is a wire that is plugged into it. It's a small battery pack on its own, and it only lasts 2-hour charge. That's it. Now, on that battery pack, there is a USB-C plug, then you can plug it into the wall. It will last as long as you want then, but there's only a 2-hour charge on that battery pack. I'm sure there'll be some third-party company or some other company that will make a battery that's a longer charge hold on it, but for now, in box, it is just a 2-hour battery hold, and then, like I said, a USB-C plug to the back, then the wall outlet, and then you can use it as long as you want. Now look, with all those features, I'm like really interested in the actual Apple Vision Pro now. I kind of want to get it. Will I pre-order it? I don't know. Stay tuned. But if I do, Make sure you subscribe down below because you don't want to miss me actually messing around with it and telling you more of what it actually does. And as always, I'll see you tomorrow.